There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts. We should go see that.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Hi, I'm Jack, and welcome back, because today I'm going to give you guys a review for one of my most anticipated movies of the year, featuring the favorite wall crawler, Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Brand New Day follows Peter Parker spending full time protecting New York City as the web-slinging superhero Spider-Man. But as the demand takes a toll on him, and with the pressure of a surprising physical evolution manifesting, Spider-Man must find a way to learn what is going on with him, and so as discovering a new pattern of crimes to fight a threat that he has never faced before. I've been on record saying that I have been a big fan of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he is very charming in the role, both as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man, and I have enjoyed his previous trilogy with Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, all being not only just fun theater experiences, but also just do something very different for the character in the context of the MCU. But ever since the ending of No Way Home, I have been extremely excited to see them go back to basics, go with the street level area for Spider-Man, with Tom Holland swinging through skyscrapers and doing something much smaller scale, more traditional. And ever since they have announced Destin Cretton as the director, and some of the character announcements alongside what the trailers have shown, I have grown extremely excited to see Spider-Man back on the big screen after a 5-year wait. And having now seen it...
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
Spider-Man: Brand New Day met and exceeded my expectations. Not only did I find this to be a great continuation of No Way Home, but it also might be my favorite of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies yet.
Nice. Made me happy, made me smile. Nice.
Let me start off with this. This Spider-Man suit is officially my new favorite Spider-Man suit in a Spider-Man movie. The red, the blue, the design, the look of the spider logo, absolutely spectacular suit.
It's beautiful!
Without going into spoilers for this movie, because I want to maintain the surprise, Spider-Man: Brand New Day finds a way to respect the ending of No Way Home while telling a really good follow-up to what Spider-Man has been up to in the last couple of years, and really shows us his new status as an anonymous protector of New York City, and so does how Peter deals with his isolation and his need for human connection, which is very reminiscent of Spider-Man 2, which is my favorite Spider-Man movie. This really feels like a story that Destin Cretton, the screenwriters, and especially Tom Holland, took a lot of time to craft to tell something that is meaningful, worthwhile, and something that the Spider-Man character needs at this point in time. The technical elements of Brand New Day, absolutely staggering to look at on the big screen. Not only is this visually the best of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, but it has some of the best action sequences I've ever seen from Tom Holland's tenure. That very much reminds me of the Insomniac PlayStation games, where you really see how they go all out on making this movie look, feel as real as possible with practical effects, with some really good usage of CGI, while also making Spider-Man move like a spider. And it gives us so many incredible action sequences that stand as some of the best action and visual effects ever put to screen for a Spider-Man movie. This is Tom Holland's best performance as this character. The longingness, the maturity, the depth he brings to this role is absolutely all on screen, and the story he goes on is so captivating, and a lot of it is credited due to how good Tom Holland is in this role, while also bringing all the stuff he has learned as his character all on screen with Brand New Day, and it's absolutely worthwhile. The rest of the cast are also great, with Zendaya giving us her best work as MJ, Jon Bernthal being a very fun addition as Punisher, with a standout back and forth dynamic with Spidey. That is one of my favorite parts of the movie. And especially Sadie Sink, who is also one of my favorite performers from this movie, without getting into who the character she plays is, and so as the side cast like Jacob Batalon, Mark Ruffalo, and so much more. This is a movie that has a really good cast that is highlighted by a terrific lead performance from Tom Holland. Also have to give a shout out to Tramell Tillman. This is also your sign to please watch Severance if you haven't.
Do it.
Destin Daniel Cretton directs this movie with so much style and love for the Spider-Man character, and it shows on screen. He took all of the best parts from his work on Shang-Chi, and so has Wonder Man, and even his dramas he made before Marvel. That is all on screen with Brand New Day. He is a perfect pick to continue telling stories with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and if we get more Spider-Man movies, I hope he gets to stick around because he might be my favorite Spider-Man movie director since Sam Raimi. Brand New Day also never loses sight of the charming and funny nature of Spider-Man. This is a movie that is still very funny with some really great gags that land more often than not, despite having a really strong emotional hook with Peter Parker's story about human connection and the damaging isolation that can affect a person, especially with somebody like Peter Parker. And it is a movie that has a very worthwhile story that balances the dramatic elements with the more upbeat nature of Spider-Man very well, that never makes this movie feel like it's leaning too far into either direction and gives us a really good middle line. The web-swinging sequences here are a beautiful sight to see. The action between Spider-Man and the Hand, Spider-Man and Scorpion, the early montage they show in the movie, and especially his fight with Hulk are all some of the best action I have ever seen in a Spider-Man movie. The stunt team that worked with Jackie Chan stepped in for a Brand New Day, and you can really tell that they went all out with the action. On paper, Brand New Day looks like it has a bunch of characters that are both confirmed and unconfirmed, and so is the amount of plot lines at play, but the movie manages to avoid feeling overcrowded with all of those things and gives it all room to breathe, gives each character a role to play in the story without feeling like unnecessary additions, and I give it plenty of props for that. Reminds me very much of an episode of the 90s animated show, and I mean that in a complimentary manner. Without getting too much into specifics, the mutation storyline for Peter Parker is very interesting, that how it gives him a new level of drama for something he has to deal with alongside the external conflict of him trying to fight this villain that he has never experienced before. It adds another layer of drama with him dealing with the fact that nobody knows who he is, him having to navigate his newfound status as Spider-Man and also navigate his struggles as Peter Parker. The mutation elements and what it means for the character I thought is a very interesting and exciting way to propel the character forward. Brand New Day has a great third act resolution that made me very satisfied as a Spider-Man fan and as someone who was really enjoying what the movie did in Acts 1 and 2. It is consistent with what the movie was doing beforehand, and it doesn't turn the movie into a more generic third act superhero movie climax that you would expect to see in some other superhero movies. It fits the Spider-Man character and also does a really good job of paying off the storylines for Spider-Man and a bunch of other characters involved in this movie. I love this movie. Brand New Day is my new favorite of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, and even though I've only seen it once, I know that this movie will have a lasting impact both as a Spider-Man movie and for the individual storyline that this Spider-Man goes through. I cannot wait to see what they do next with him, so in the end, I'm going to give Spider-Man Brand New Day an A+. Two things. I want to see Spider-Man and Punisher interact again after this movie. Their dynamic is off the charts. And then on top of that, I also love Destin Daniel Cretton's work as a director in Brand New Day. I would love to see him get to direct another one when we get a fifth Spider-Man movie starring Tom Holland in the role. I love Spider-Man Brand New Day. As someone who really enjoys the Homecoming trilogy, Brand New Day is my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man flick yet, and I cannot wait to see what they do with him next in the future. If you are a Spider-Man fan, I highly recommend you go out in theaters and see this movie right now. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Spider-Man Brand New Day. What are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more.